Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Just wanted to make sure we were live and didn't get the indication, but now we are. So, welcome, good morning, business owners. So, today, interesting day for the UK, I guess. Yesterday, we had the announcement of us officially going into the second lockdown because of this pandemic, because of coronavirus. Which will start from Thursday. I believe that is, let me check my dates. Thursday, which is the 5th of November, bonfire night. So from that day forward, we'll be in lockdown for approximately 4 weeks to 30 days. And I guess for business owners, it's going to mean some difficult, times ahead. Difficult in the sense of, we already went through kind of 6 to 7 months of a mixed lockdown, different things happening to business owners, and business owners having to make do, put up whatever the government decides, that is in the best interest of national health and whatever else that they say needs to take, I guess, importance and prominence. And I guess depending on where you sit on what you believe around this pandemic in terms of coronavirus and how deadly it is, is I don't think it really matters, because the fact that we're in lockdown, like, that's the key thing. What do you do in lockdown? Because what I'm seeing as well, other parts of Europe are going into lockdown. I know other places in the world are in some type of lockdown, or I guess reduced capacity in terms of how you can mix and so on. Regularly, I'm seeing pictures from around the world, depending on different things that I look at and see, where, people are wearing face masks and so on and so forth. And that's been the big agenda, obviously, most recently, I believe in the UK since around September, probably a lot longer from around the world. And so there's different things going on with us in terms of society as human beings. And I want to talk about what it means to you in business. But I just kind of wanted to state that first of all, because, just being a human being, there's a lot of things are being taken away from you, and it's very difficult for everybody. But some people more so, and I am going to say some people more so, is that it's going to have a greater effect on them in terms of psychologically and what they need to do. And I've got a few things I want to just kind of talk about, a few things that I just want to mention. And if you got any questions, whether you're watching this live, whether you're watching this back on the replay, just drop a comment below this video and I will come back and answer any of your questions individually. If you are struggling right now or finding it difficult, you don't know where to turn, and therefore you're looking for something that will just help you through the next 30 days, perhaps beyond that, just drop a comment below this video, because I'm here to help more than anything, guys. I want to make sure that as many of you who watch this content, who are tuned in and watching what I've got to say, get the help that you deserve, because there's no need to have to go into lockdown alone and trying to figure things out alone. So with that being said, I've literally got a few things, as I said, how to get through a second lockdown while in business. If you're watching this on YouTube, please remember, guys, to subscribe to the channel. Do subscribe to the channel. Just go to youtube.com/Leon Street, or search Leon Street. You can see my name at the top. Just make sure you click on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell to be notified of any new upcoming videos. So today's video, very, like I said, very much to the point, very straight to the point. Good morning, Kohanya. Thanks for jumping on, Magdalena. The first thing I'd say to you, just breathe and take stock of what's important to you. And I say that because, in times of lockdown, it's going to affect everybody differently. Some people will automatically be stressed out. Challenges of employees, challenges of bills, rent, leases, mortgages on properties, paying your employees. The government in the UK have said that they're going to extend the furlough scheme going through November. If you have a team, then that is something you need to look at and consider. But as I said, the first step is really you need to just take stock and breathe and just see, what it is, what's going on. Check on yourself, your own mental health. How do you feel? Have you gone to a place of, I guess, extreme sadness, anxiety, depression, or anger, whatever it is? And like, can you really just kind of take an inward look and just say, do you need to be feeling that way at this point? Maybe you do. Maybe you do need to let some stuff out, but do you need to stay in that state? Perhaps not. Because once you start, sticking in these, I guess, the fight or flight states, this is not, how your body is meant to be. Your body is meant to be in this place of, I guess, flow, and that can mean, just pursuing what you need to do. But when your mental approach to what's going on around you is constantly in fight or flight, that can really, mess things up in terms of your health, and have deeper effects, I guess, on, people around you, how you communicate, and psychologically, it's a difficult place to be in. And, all of us have been there in one way or another through different circumstances, I'm sure. But the point I want to get to is that it's important for you to really see beyond what's in front of you, and not get caught up in the drama, and just understand, that actually you're okay. If you've got a roof over your head, you've got food on the table, then, that's how it is right now. So some more practical steps. So check the rules. That's the first thing I'd say, guys. The government have their own guidelines on their website. You can go to, if you're in the UK, I'd go to the government guidelines and just check them out. It's the best thing. You can go to places like the BBC, which is the British Broadcasting Company. Obviously, if you're in the UK, you know what the BBC is. But for anybody who's outside watching this right now, just check the rules of your country. And I say that because, like, it's important for you to know what's, if you're a parent like me, you got to check on whether that the schools are still open for the kids. And as I believe the schools and universities still are, which again begs the question, like, how can we all be on lockdown and yet they allow the kids to go to school? I know the reasoning behind it, which it keeps people, as in parents, in work or ability to work, as well as all of the politicians and so on with kids or families or whatever. And so for me, there's a lot of inconsistency, but do check the rules. There's inconsistency about this whole approach, and we saw that from the last lockdown. And my stance on this is that, yeah, there is some type of virus, but it just isn't as deadly as people are saying, in terms of the numbers, I mean, and in terms of what other diseases exist. Should we be taking this type of approach, this drastic action? There's going to be people who say yes, we should, and other people who say no, we shouldn't. And that's what I'm saying. Just check the rules, because it doesn't matter how you feel about this. You just need to understand, what are the rules for your country. Good morning, Yadira. I do believe that Belgium have just announced that they've gone back into lockdown as well. I saw Portugal, Austria, I know France, Germany, Poland. All of these countries have said that they have some new kind of second wave, 30-day lockdown. And that's what we're all going through right now. But do check the rules, because it's important just for you to know what's what. And obviously, as I said, if you're a parent, if you're a guardian to kids, as a business owner, just to know what you can and can't do. They've said in the UK, obviously, if you can work from home, work from home. And I guess really that's what I've been doing for the past 7 to 8 months. And what day are we on today? So as of yesterday, I gave up my office. So I had offices, and I gave them up because I was in a lease, and for 7-8 months, I've literally hardly used my office, and I've been working from home. And my team, they're all, we're all connected on Zoom, we're all working remotely. So it's like, do I need the office after all? It's just money hemorrhaging. And this is going to lead me into my next one, which is check your finances. With this lockdown, yes, it's, it really will have a deep impact on business owners in different ways. But check your finances. Check what do you need to live on going forward over the next 30 days, next 60 days. Because, after this lockdown finishes in the UK, if it finishes and they relax it again back into this 3-tiered system, we got Christmas upon us, and look, Christmas is it's a big event for a lot of people, especially in the Western world. It's a big event. It's a big thing, celebrating, spending time with family, mixing with family. This is usually the time when families come together, and just not being able to see friends or family, psychologically affects people in different ways, but it's not the best thing going on, because it makes people feel isolated. And when you've not got family as well is a big thing, because if you don't have family, you're going to be super isolated, because it's going to be difficult to connect with other people, just to be around other people, whether you speak to them or not. Being around people is a big thing. And other than going for essential things like supermarket and whatever else, that's not really going to help, because you're in supermarkets wearing a mask. That's what they insist on, and whatever, whether it's enforced or not is another thing. But check on your finances, check on what you need, because going into the next 30 to 60 days, you just need to make sure you've got your bases covered. You can cover, your essential bills. If you need to speak to any of the utility companies, your suppliers, because you can't, pay your bills, I would suggest come Monday, as in tomorrow, you get on the phone and tell them. And you know what? You'd be surprised. These big companies will give you some type of leniency, because they know that you're probably going to be under some difficult circumstances. Speak to your landlord, whoever owns your property, if you're renting from them or leasing from them, just let them know. I know some people may have taken payment holidays from mortgages and so on, or had to inform their letting agents, estate agents, about rent and not being able to pay. Make the phone call, guys. Don't be too proud not to make the phone call. Make the phone call and speak to every supplier, where you just need to freeze things, just to make sure you and your family, if you have a family, or whoever, your partner, your wife, your husband, whatever, just sure you're covered, because that's what's essential. I went through a tough time before, when my first business failed. It was around 2010, and I had 3 employees at the time. And I remember at the time, that was just on the back end of the recession we had in 2008. And it was just difficult. I had a couple of clients who went out of business. I had a cash couldn't bridge, with all the finance that I could muster together. I couldn't bridge the cash gap. And I had 3 employees that I needed to make redundant. And it took a 2-month time, or 2-month period, that I hadn't made the phone calls, like I just said to you. I hadn't frozen things with suppliers. I hadn't put the brakes on and just looked at things from, here's the money I've got coming in and here's the money going out, and just kind of check the finances and say, Leon, there's not enough cash. You need to call some people. You need to do something. I took too long. Yeah. And so my advice to you guys is just jump into, freezing whatever cash going out. You need to freeze. If it means you got to cancel direct debits and all that, do that. It's not a good thing. Yeah. And from an integrity point of view, it will feel shitty. But what I'm saying to you is protect you and your family first. That is necessary. And your finances aren't there, because a lot of businesses were drained because of the previous lockdown. And what that may also mean, there are more redundancies coming up, guys, and there's going to be, people who are going to have to make, people redundant and let people go. And it's going to be difficult. But what I'm saying to you is check your finances, check what you need to live on, and just make the phone calls. Yeah, the phone calls may feel a bit difficult, but it's important that you follow that process, because you'll be able to cope with difficulty, but you'll find it difficult coping when you don't have money to buy food, water, and just basic essentials you need for you and your family. So that's, more important, guys. Don't make it difficult where you're thinking of employees and everybody else before your family and yourself. I understand what it feels like when you do put your employees first, but I'm just saying, take care of home first. And that's just from my own personal experience. Yadira, in Belgium, we are starting lockdown since Sunday at midnight. Okay. Thank you. This is fantastic tips. Thank you, Yadira. I appreciate you as one of our great clients. So thank you. And obviously I'm here to continue to support you. Do you need to change your business model? So this is the next practical thing. and this is going to be important for a lot of people watching right now, and I'm going to zoom in just so you can see that point on the screen. Do you need to change your business model? Now let me just zoom back out. I'm just going to go to me. So what do I mean by do you need to change your business model? Well, it's very simple, guys. If you've been in a business that has continued to been affected during this lockdown, let's say you deliver, I don't know, products, services. In the UK, they're allowing construction and manufacturing to continue, and this is why it's interesting. Obviously, they're trying to show that they're not affecting commerce, but the restrictions, they're so hypocritical. Some business and others are not. Here's another thing: elite sport is allowed. How can elite sports just be allowed to continue? I don't know. It kind of boggles the mind. Like I love sports. I love watching basketball. The NBA championships to just finish. The whole NBA championships in Orlando, meaning that the two teams who made it to the final were literally in this kind of bubble without family, or without extended family at least, for nearly 100 days or so. And so in the UK, they've announced elite sports can continue. Well, what does that show you? These elite sports, obviously there's testing, there's people around, everybody's mixing, but like, is this virus that bad if elite sports can continue? No. I'm sure the rest of the population can. Again, I'm probably just standing on my soapbox and just airing a bit of frustration here, because like through all this whole thing, like I've not seen it as bad as they've claimed, and I know there's a lot of inconsistencies as well. But anyway, let me get on to the point that I wanted to share with you. Do you need to change your business model? Do you need to launch an online course? Yeah, even if you have a different business right now, is it something you need to think of in terms of the long term? Because there's so much more people who work from home now, even big businesses, so ones who the work from kind of mantra or idea, where they're saying we're at least going to give our employees 1 day a week working from home, so they'll only work in the office for 4 days. There's other businesses who just say, yep, we've totally transformed and we're allowing people just to work from home if that's what they want, because they also understand that the cost of having offices, leases, all those costs going out. So do you need to change your business model? And look, don't be stuck in your ways to say, this is how I've always done business and therefore this is how it must be. Society has changed, demand has changed, people will require your services is also changing. There's a lot more people who do online shopping instead of venturing out. I'm not going to just switch to online shopping. I'll go out. I don't really, for me, my freedom is being able to go out and do those basic things. And I think for you need to understand what freedoms are being taken away from your clients. So therefore, how's that impacting your business model? So do you need to offer, instead of, if you're not launching online course, on consultancy, online coaching, some type of instructional consultancy from afar? A lot more people are connecting and doing things over Zoom or Skype, or I think it's Microsoft Teams, where you can do like these video conferencing calls at literally no cost or very low cost. These are need to consider, guys, and don't just think things going to go back to normal and therefore I'll just wait it out. That's the worst thing. Adapt now, and there were kind of buzzwords, I guess, from marketers and business consultants over the past 7 months about pivoting, this, that, and the other, and looking at different ways to move out of the situation and continue to make money. And look, it is possible, but you've just got to look at ways to do that. And if you don't know any ways and how to do that, guys, reach out to me. There's a lot of businesses I've helped over the years, and all you got to do is just visit the link on the bottom of the screen. Just go to www.leonstreet.com/one-to-one and just book in a time for us to have a chat. But as I said, so that's one of the tips that I just wanted to share with you. Look at your business model. And if you can't think of how you can adapt or change your business model, how to create ways to generate more income from your business, more revenue streams. And I'm not talking about revenue streams that take you out of the industry or market you're in. Revenue streams that exist within your industry that perhaps you haven't considered, creating a new blue ocean, a new opportunity to gain new clients, new demand, and make your competition irrelevant, especially the competition who don't move, who don't change, and try and stick this thing out. And I don't want any business to go out of business, but what I will say, guys, is the people who take take action right now are the ones who are going to continue to win. So I want you to win. So do you need to change your business model? If you do, then you need to explore what steps you got to take. So here's the other thing: keep your existing customers informed. Keep your existing customers informed. Let them know that it's okay, or let them know how things have changed. Let them know if you can't supply goods, products, services, whatever it is, for whatever time period. Contact your customers from tomorrow. Contact them even if nothing's really changed. Yeah, just tell them everything's okay. Yeah, because it will just put you back in front of your customers and just give them an air of confidence. And confidence and communication goes a big way, never mind in business, in relationships and just other things. So just keep them informed. Tell them that you are here for them as well. Yeah, literally tell your customers you're here, even if your business isn't that type of business where you would outwardly show kind of feelings. Just solidarity, that you're a human being. Look, we're all in this, we're all going through this, and yet you're here for them no matter what. Yeah, you'd be surprised the the depth of relationship that you can I guess gain from your clients, also suppliers, just things like that. Just reach out to those people, and having deeper relationships will help you in many different ways. And like I said, especially if you need to extend payment time frames. And so I got paid Friday by a client who was due to pay me since July. Yeah, and throughout this whole time, like it's not like the biggest invoice, but it's like £2,000. So I'd rather have that £2,000 in my bank account, obviously. But they said to me, Leon, we're having some difficulties. Is it okay if we pay, X date? And that date kept getting pushed back. And look, I was lenient with this company, and I wasn't like forcing them to pay or anything like that, because I didn't need the money that desperately, and I didn't want to put them under any further pressure than they were already, right? And so, just keep customers informed, and just understand that everybody's going to go through difficult situations. But if you do need to get paid, and you've got people who are just refusing to pay you or haven't paid you for a long time, equally, just be straight up with people and just say, I need this paid. It's critical, either for us to put food on the table, to pay the bills, or whatever it is. Being straight up with people and being that honest is also a good thing. Because a lot of people won't expect it, because they'll expect you to be professional. They want to be honest, right? People expect professionalism, but not honesty. But when you are honest, people respect it, whether they expect it or not. And like a lot of this, we're not kind of straight up with people and just letting them know our situation. They make assumptions. They make assumptions that everything's cool with you, everything's good with you, and therefore, like, you can do with money for a bit longer, or without money for a bit longer, and so on. But I'm just saying to you, just keep people informed, and especially your customers. Just look after them. Keeping your customers informed and just communicating with them will help your business to actually grow in terms of sales. Yeah, I guarantee it. Yeah, people will want to stay with you longer, and they want to buy from you more. So reach out to those around you who may need help. I think this is my last step. And then, guys, like, if there's anything burning, like you've got a burning question, or there's something you're just like, Leon, I need help with this, just comment below now. I see some of the comments come through. I think the only comments that I don't see, I know we stream into one of our Facebook groups, but I don't see those comments live. But I'm just going to check on Facebook. No, I can't see anything other than what's come through already. But if you do have a genuine burning question, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, drop it in the comment below this video. But this final one, read those around you may need. Look, there may be friends, there may be family, there may be just extended people, maybe a neighbor. Yeah, like maybe an elderly neighbor who can't really get out. Like, reach out to people, because when this type of thing happening, and I can say this type of thing because it happened obviously not long ago, when this type of thing happens, human connection is more important now than ever. Yeah, and being somebody who can empathize and just help with other people is critical. Yeah, And I say that because helping other people will get you out of your own funk. You'll stop feeling sorry for yourself if that's where, how you're feeling, because putting somebody else's care, kind of in front of yours, most of the time as a human being will help you to move forward, because you'll stop feeling sorry for yourself. And most of the times you'll look at somebody else's needs, and you'll put them, and I'm not trying to say put them above, will motivate you into some type of action. It might motivate you to get your shit together as well by helping other people. And that in itself is a good thing, because people do need help, whether they ask for it or not in these situations. Some people might need just a conversation for the yeah. You might have a neighbor who just needs to talk because they're not speaking to anybody, especially like elderly, or somebody who is not in a relationship, doesn't have a partner or family around them. Speak. In your community, if you need to do something around, I don't know, helping people with food. I know, like, there's a lot of companies and people in my community who are doing, like, meals for families who can't meals right now because perhaps their parents are out of work, perhaps their parents are restricted with work. There's so many different things that you can do to just kind of move yourself into action, and not just put up with whatever lockdown rules are in place. I'm saying this so that you just kind of look beyond your own world. I'm saying take care of your immediate family and yourself, but just go beyond your immediate family as well once you've taken care of home first. They say charity starts at home first, and that's what I'm saying to you. Look after yourself first, but then look wide, because you can. Like, there's so much more we can do as individuals, as human beings, just when we choose to. But when we choose not to help other people, and even if it is that small conversation, if somebody wants to jump on a Zoom with you or something like that, or just jump on Skype or a phone call, just do it, because you'll be surprised how much it helps you doing it. It'll make you feel better about the situation. It'll make them feel better, at least. Whether you've given some actionable item to do, just giving the help is what's needed more than anything, guys. So I'm saying that so you do look out of yourself. And quite often, and especially if you're a prominent figure or some type of person that people look up to, and I say look up to because generally that's the phrase a lot of people talk about, looking into people, it is important to speak, no matter how people are feeling, because some people will just try and shoulder everything, and that doesn't always work, guys. That's where depression and anxiety comes from. That's where sadness is, right? So these things so the way to combat is just ask. Even if you come across people, like you go to the supermarket, when I'm in the supermarket, sometimes I'll just think, let me ask the cashier, the person serving me, like a question like, oh, how you doing? How you coping? I'll just ask them, because I guarantee you, most people who will come in won't really be asking them those types of questions. They'll be just like, oh, how's it been? How busy are you? Blah, blah, blah. Ask people how are they coping, if they need anything, and like just those types of questions. Ask something caring, because honestly, it will open up your world. People will like, oh yeah, like it's been a bit difficult or this, and like, just tell them, everything will be all right in the end. Because ultimately, and I don't want to kind of finish this in on a bad tip, and I've got a few comments I'm going to come to in a moment, guys. Don't think I'm not seeing you. I am. Ultimately, this is going to be temporary. We'll come out of this, and if you don't make it out of this, you're going to move to a better place. And I don't say that jokingly. I say that with like deep love. Yeah. If your time comes, then your time comes. Yeah. But while you're here, do what you can do, live the best way you can live. And that is to care for yourself, care for others around you, and care for your community. That's the best thing, right? That's where purpose comes from, to help another human being. So I'm just going to check a few comments. And thanks for the simple reminder about keeping clients and suppliers updated. Communication is key. Yes, Robin, it is. It will help with the marketing, Robin, as well. Dwayne, excellent, Leon. I would like to reach my members just like you are doing now. When can I get a one-to-one slot? Dwayne, we need to book in a time to speak. Dwayne, message me on Facebook, Dwayne, and we'll set up a time in my calendar, because we do need to speak. There's a lot of opportunities with what you do. You dear, people so need help. Yeah, thanks for the reminder, Leon. I will reach out to my elderly neighbors and members in some groups. Yeah, do that. As a human being, this is necessary. 100%, Yadira. Like, I agree with everything that you guys are saying. Could you do me a favor, if you're watching this, could you share this video as well? And I'm not saying it because like I need to reach more people. I'm saying it because I want the message to get across to people, because I've shared things today that I know when I went through difficult circumstances and I use my first business when it failed in 2010. There's a lot of things that I kept in. I wasn't so verbal, I wasn't so public, and I wasn't so open. And it's because I was protecting my ego. I was scared, and I was scared of something that never actually happened. It was fear, because I was fearful of being a letdown to other people, or if people thought bad of me, or if I was like ashamed to my family, type of thing. And I'm sharing this because, you know, being open is okay, guys, and it will help you more than you realize. And there's a time and place to kind of like keep your cards close to your chest and not really reveal what's going on. But this isn't that time. This is the time just to be honest and say, look, this is not a great situation to be in, but you can still live great. Yeah, it's not a great situation to be in, but you can still live great. And that's what these points are. That's what I've shared with you, because, you know, success in business, even in these times, is about like not being caught up in the drama, not being caught up in the bullshit of what's going on, of the lockdown. It's actually thinking creatively, allowing love and passion and compassion for other people around you to be the drama. Because when you give that space, all the other stuff goes away, right? Because how can it exist? You don't give it the space. Just coming back to a few more comments. The other week I asked the client how he was doing. He opened up and said thanks, as no one had asked him recently. That's it. This is what I'm talking about, guys. These are the things that will make a difference. You know, this is how you affect your wider community, just asking. And whether it's your clients, suppliers, or just your neighbor or people within your community, or you just put yourself out there and say, you know, if anybody needs X, Y, or Z, you know, reach out to me. Or if anybody needs their shopping bought for them this week, I can pay for £30, £50, or whatever you can afford, you know, like just little things like that. Yeah, now's the time to help. That's it. Like, now's the time to help yourself first. And I say that because it's like being in a plane, you know, in the plane, and they tell you, they go through the air stewardesses go through the routine you need to do if there's an emergency, and your gas mask, your air mask, oxygen mask comes down. They say, put yours on first. This is what I'm saying. Take care of yourself first. Take care of your family. Take care of your community, your clients, and, you know, the wider people around you. That's how it must be. Don't take care of everybody else first, because what's going to happen is you're not going to check, you know, you're not going to look at what's going on around you. You're not going to look at the rules. You're not going to check on your finances. You're not going to look at whether you need to change your business model. And you're going to be in this place of drama, anxiety, depression. And that's why I'm saying to you, do it in that order, guys, and you will find a way through. You know, good times are temporary, so are bad times, so we will come out of this. Nikki saying really positive points, Leon, very real. Thank you very much, Nikki. I really appreciate, you know, I'm very grateful for you jumping on this live as well. Dean, thank you for jumping on as well. Not great times, we can still have a great life. Yeah, that's it, guys. That's what it's about. And finally, and this is genuinely, if you are stuck right now and you are in business, reach out to me. There's a link at the bottom of the screen. Go to www.leonstreet.com/1-to-1, and you will find space. There'll be date and a time for you to pick 30 minutes for us to book in a call, and that's live. You're booking yourself into my life. And if you just need to chat, it's open. I'm not going to be trying to sell you anything here, guys. If you just need to talk and you need help, that's the best I can do right now for everybody watching. I can take care of myself in terms of getting clients, and I do what I need to do, right? But if you just genuinely need to speak, that's what it's there for. Usually, you know, I wouldn't be offering this out just publicly, just, hey, if you just need to speak. I'll be doing it because I want to get clients. But if you just need to speak, just book yourself in and I'll make space for you in my day. You know, I've got my own things to take care of, but I want to help. I don't want to be somebody in society who could have helped and didn't. I'd rather help make the change, and that's what this is about. Guys, thank you. I really appreciate you all jumping on. There's these points. There's many more things I could talk about. And over the next 4 weeks, will be every Wednesday evening, 8:30 p.m. UK time. Remember, I do my marketing and sales live. And that's over the next 4 weeks. I'm going to bring you some real great things to implement for what you can do in your business over this lockdown. So make sure you do tune in, you lock in, and just remember, so I'll be on YouTube, or you can get me right here on Facebook if you watch me on Facebook as well. And just jump on. I'm going to make sure I put some stuff together, actionable things that you can use, and you can make a difference to yourself, your community, your family, which is, that's life is all about. I'm not feeling sad. I'm not feeling frustrated in sense of what I can do. I feel like there's opportunity here. I've got energy. I was up at like 4:45 this morning because my daughter woke up, and I think we were awake for like hour and 20 minutes before she fell back asleep. Just so I could give my partner a bit of time to sleep, Magdalena, because she was up with her before that as well. But here I am, like I'm ready to go. That's how much I feel about supporting people and what I do to make a difference to business owners. That's what I'm about. That's my purpose. And it's like, it don't matter what's going on, I've got the energy to burn, I've got the energy to give, and that's what you have as well. This is my reminder to you. Don't feel you are limited. You are unlimited, so long as you set your sights on it and put your heart into it. Guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Sunday. I'm going to get some breakfast as well. I just want to shout out everybody who listens on the podcast as well. I really appreciate you guys. If there's anything else you need, to get me, Facebook, YouTube, Leon Street. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, reach out to me if you need help. Take care. Bye-bye.